Most people fail their goals because they think everything's going to be perfect. And when it's not perfect, they get stuck on plan A even when they physically can't, like if they're injured. Because here's the thing that most people won't tell you. It is not going to be a string of celebrations, PBs, and constant success. You're gonna have different goals, different projects, different lessons, depending on the situations and how life's hitting you at the moment. And this video is about how we need to shorten the time in between transitioning from goal number 1 to goal number 2 when we can no longer hit goal number 1. Otherwise you get stuck in limbo where it doesn't feel real good. So let's go. 6 months ago, I decided my big goal, compete in a street lifting competition. That's my big goal. And from there, I had projects. Now, for those of you that don't know street lifting, you compete in muscle ups, weighted chins, weighted dips, back squat. This is where my first project came in. Okay, so I haven't done back squats in about 5 years. I've only done Zercher squats and front squats. So my first project was to get a heavy squat. And to get a heavy squat, I thought I would need to know where I was at currently. And I've done a 160 kilo Zercher squat. Wanted to see roughly what my back squat, if there was any carryover. So 110 felt good, 120 felt pretty good, 130 fucking no good. Had to throw the bar off my back. I knew it was bad real fast. The problem was, this was the project I needed to compete in street lifting. And the first week I genuinely couldn't move, like let alone bend. Like there was no chance I was squatting. Truth be told, that this goal here, compete, win a street lifting comp. I was sort of blessed in this because if I went in there thinking I was gonna win and I could back squat, I still would have got flogged, but that's okay. I still really want to compete in this competition, but it's just not gonna happen. So I thought, okay, cool. I'm just gonna go, I'm just gonna have some fun. I'm just gonna see what I can do in the other lifts. Which brings me on to project number 2, which was gonna be dips, chins, and muscle ups. Honestly, that was really good. It gave me something to focus on while my back was no good. This sounds all fun, right? At least I got to go to the competition, which was really cool. I got to meet cool people. I got to compete. This is awesome. I hit some massive fucking PBs from my project. Cool. The project did work. I did actually make progress here. The problem came after the competition. This was still the main goal that I wanted to work towards, but my body still just was not better. My back, I still could not squat. I think that we get given lessons from our projects. Now, they're not always the lessons that you want. And in fact, you very rarely get the lesson that you want. I hit some awesome PBs. I hit a 100 kilo dip. I went and hit 102.5 at home. Like I'm still improving. I'm getting better and better. And then I really hurt my shoulder doing a 70 kilo ring dip. I can't bend and I can't dip. I can't press. What do? Do I just focus on chin-ups now? No, I took the lesson. If I keep avoiding the work that needs to get done, it's not gonna get better, and I am never, ever going to hit my goal of winning a street lifting competition. Now, of course, there's the trap as well of us going, fuck, I wish I didn't do that. I wish I didn't compete, and I wish I just stopped after I competed and I didn't hurt my shoulder. Oh yeah, of course, hindsight. But we've got to take the lessons and we can apply it into the future. Now I know the way I was training was just not the best way for my body. I needed to recover better. I needed to put more focus on my tendons. And I actually got a whole lot of insight on how to help my clients who have injuries, because that's the main reason people stop training with me, is that they get injured somehow. Even if it's not through the gym, it could be at work. It could be falling off a motorbike, whatever. But now they don't know what to do next. And this is the lesson that I got. It is condensing the time between goal number 1 and goal number 2, or project number 1 and project number 2, when life isn't perfect. That is the goal that I really want to hit. But right now, I can't even look at it. That's not on my radar. And if I just focus on this as my metric of success and happiness, I'm gonna be fucking miserable for a while now. Truth be told, the last 6 months have been a little rough when it comes to my mentality around it, because training is everything to me and I feel like I can't do it. There's friction when you don't pivot. Once you pivot, you're gonna be fine. And the funny thing is, once I made the new goal of fixing my back, because I kept hurting and I went to jiu-jitsu and I hurt it and I was just like, I'm fucking over it. 6 months is the longest injury of my whole life. Cool. This is now my new main goal. I will come back to this. Until this happens, this doesn't fucking matter. So now we're gonna have to set some new projects. So project number 1 will be do rehab exercises 2 times a day. I did do this for a couple of weeks and it did get a little bit better. Then I went to jiu-jitsu and I got thrown around and it was all kinds of fucked. It felt like I was back at the start. That was the lesson that I needed, that this just wasn't enough right now. I needed to go and see a professional, which goes to project number 2. Go and see a professional. And honestly, these 2 projects, they all came together within about 3 weeks. And right now, this is the best my back has felt all year, which is super exciting. What the professional I saw Paul Nash Bodywork, shout out to him, fucking wizard. What he said to me was that my back was actually healed in the first 6 weeks. My body just didn't feel safe after that. Once I shifted my goal from number 1 here to number 2, 3 weeks, and I've made the most progress I've made in 6 months. So what we should be focusing on when we can't achieve our first goal is shortening the time horizon between goal 1 and goal 2. Because if I did do that and I re-established my goals when I first hurt my back, and this was my first thing, I could have still gone to the competition, had some fun. That was about 6 weeks where my back was apparently already healed once I got that 6 week mark. If I then went to goal number 2, I wouldn't have had 6 months of bad back pain and not being consistent, not feeling the way that I want to feel. But it's always about pivoting, and if we can condense the time between shifting from goal 1 to goal 2. And that's how you're going to make some real changes in your life and start feeling like a winner again. Because I know how much mentally it can drag you down, not feeling like the person that you feel like you should be or doing the things that you're supposed to be able to do. And realizing that we can come back to this goal now, right? Like my back's still not 100%. I'm not ready to do that, but I am doing more squats again, which is really, really cool. So then goal number 3, right? Because I've got a clear success. This was a lot smaller of a goal of get out of back pain. Cool. Now I can start working on at least competing again. It doesn't need to be to win, but I can start working towards winning again and just doing it right this time. And I'm gonna leave you with this: 3 actionable steps to take. 1, accept reality fast. Understand that things aren't perfect and they never will be perfect. And when things like this happen, you need to just accept the facts that this is your new reality for right now. 2, define the new goal and then write down the projects that come with that. And 3, extract the lesson, because you only lose if you don't take a lesson, right? If you go, I was injured, fuck this, cool. How can you win from this? Because no one likes a whinger, victim mentality person. How can you win? So for me, I'm like, oh, cool. I know what my clients are going through now that you're injured. Hey man, quick, we need to accept reality. We need to set these new goals. And what did you learn from that injury? What could you have done differently? Now, you could also do something like me where you skydive through a tree. It's like, oh, that's the lesson, don't skydive. No, the lesson I got from that, but I could have been full victim mentality, was I love to move. So now when I go for a run, I'm like, hey, remember that time you couldn't move? Use it to win. No one likes a victim. Use those 3 steps and I guarantee you get way faster from goal 1 to goal 2 without the friction in between where you're sort of just hating your life. Get into it, go get some awesome results again and start feeling like the person you know that you should be.